Biblically Centered Kids.
Hello and happy Sunday to everyone out there. Today is a lovely September 15th, 2024. My name is Mr. Johnny, and I am super happy to be here with you today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Today we're going to be doing a draw along. But first, listen, today is a holiday that I know won't apply to any of you kiddos listening, but I just have to pause for a second and say Happy Wife Appreciation Day to Miss Danika. Wife Appreciation Day, which is celebrated on the third Sunday of September, gives those of us men who are lucky enough to have wives an extra chance to show them how much they mean to us. Our wives keep us grounded and centered. They inspire us to work hard, play hard, and to always have something to bring to the table to show that we are improving ourselves and deepening our relationships with the Lord. Wives may ask us to take out the trash and empty the dishwasher and fill the tank in our awesome minivan. This is a little stereotypical, but it's true. Which is good with us because those things need to get done, and we like the idea of doing what we can to take care of our wives. So today, let's all give Miss Danika some extra appreciation. And you could even turn this into a great bonus day to give some extra appreciation to your mom. All right. Today is our Sunday draw along. So get your paper, your pens, your pencils, your markers, your crayons, your colored pencils, and your mom's red lipstick. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get your supplies. Then I'll see you right back here. All right, do you have your supplies? Super! Well, we're going to do our drawing on our paper vertically, meaning the short sides of your paper are on the top and bottom, and the long sides of the page are on the left and right. Today, we're going to do a drawing of our New Testament story of Jesus healing the leper. All right, so let me kind of cast the vision for this picture, okay? So in the front of our picture, we're going to have Jesus standing, reaching out his hand to the leper who is kneeling. And the leper, he's going to have kind of some bandages all over his arms, symbolizing, that his skin is not healthy. And he is going to be reaching out to Jesus' hand. They're actually going to be touching. And then in the background, we're going to draw kind of like a little bit of like a cityscape. And then there's also going to be a crowd of people running the opposite direction. And they're running because they can't believe that Jesus is touching the leper. Okay? So first, I'm going to start by drawing Jesus. And now Jesus is standing kind of to the side looking down at the man. So we're going to be drawing a side profile of his face. So I'm going to start by drawing his forehead and his nose. And then you can kind of draw him with a beard and his long hair. And I'll draw his eye, his eyebrows, kind of looking down where the man's going to be. And of course, his neck. And Jesus, I'm going to draw him kind of wearing a robe with like a little sash going across where like a belt would be. And be sure, so the hand that's closest to us is just going to be down at his side, and then the hand that's furthest away, which would be his left hand, is going to be reaching out. Make sure you draw his hands. All right, now I'm going to draw his left hand kind of reaching out. I'm not going to draw his hand yet because the leper is going to be grabbing onto his hand. And so the leper's hands are actually going to be in front of Jesus' hand. So I'm just going to draw his sleeve kind of coming out, and then we'll draw his hand in the background in a second. Also, make sure if you have room on your page, which I have a little bit, I'm going to draw Jesus wearing some sandals. All right, now I'm going to draw the leper. So the leper is actually going to be kneeling. So where you draw his head, it's going to be about wherever you drew Jesus's waist, okay? And you can draw him however you think of him. I am going to draw him with a beard, but I'm going to make his hair a little bit more curly, not as smooth and straight as I drew Jesus's. And he also is going to be a side profile. I'm going to draw his hair a little curlier. And I'm going to make sure his eyes are looking up to Jesus' face. And now his arms are both going to be reaching out, and his arms are going to be bent upwards, grabbing onto Jesus' hand. So I'm going to draw his front arm, the one closest to us, which since he's turned the other way, his hand that's closest to us is his left hand. So I'm going to draw that arm coming out and curving up. And then I'm going to draw his sleeves, which are going to be a little tattered, meaning they look kind of torn, like he's not in the best condition. And then I'm going to draw some bandages on his arms, however you want them. Okay, and now I'm going to draw his other arm behind him, kind of coming up. All right, I'm going to draw that he's holding on to Jesus' hand. So he has both of his hands kind of wrapped around Jesus' hand. All right, I'm going to draw the rest of his body. And he's going to be wearing something similar to Jesus, where he has kind of like the sash is like a belt. But where the belt is, you can draw his body normal all the way to the belt, and then we'll draw his legs kind of bent, like as if he's kneeling. Okay, now I'm going to draw his legs bent like he's kneeling with his feet kind of behind him. All right, so now we have Jesus and the leper. Jesus is looking down at the leper is looking up at Jesus, and Jesus is in the process of healing him with his touch. So now that's the main portion of our photo. So I'm going to talk you through kind of what I'm going to do to fill in the background, but you can kind of do whatever you want at this point. So right next to the leper, I'm just going to draw a big rock with a bush in front of it. All right, I'm going to draw just a small line behind that, just to kind of symbolize a little hill. And then I'm going to draw a group of people running the opposite direction. Now, you can make this as detailed or not as you want. You can even draw them as stick figures. I'm just going to draw a few stick figures kind of running the opposite direction. All right, I got those people drawn. And now I'm going to draw just a few simple buildings, kind of like a city or like the front of some houses or some shops behind these people running away, which is going to be you can basically just draw squares behind them or different shapes, but very rectangular and angled in the way that they look. Okay, things were very, very simple in their shapes. You can draw some windows in the buildings. Hey. And then once you're done with those buildings, you can draw some bushes and some trees over to the left of them, which I'll do now. And then I'm going to draw two big hills in the background. And if you got room for it, you can draw some clouds. Well, how's your drawing coming along? Did you finish it? If you need more time, feel free to take as much time as you need. And once you're all done and it looks super awesome, that's when we break out the colors and really make it pop. And then once it's done, put it in a safe spot, because this is a good drawing to reflect on, to be reminded about how important it is to help others. And have a great rest of your Sunday, and thank you so much for listening to the Biblically Centered podcast this week. We have a brand new batch of episodes for you guys starting tomorrow, moving on to Virtue L, which is a really fun one. And we are super excited to start a brand new week tomorrow, and we will see you then. Until next time.